Have you ever met one of those couples? The ones who've been together for 15, maybe even 30 years, and they still look at each other like it's the very first day. You see them and you can't help but wonder, what is their secret? How do they do it? Well, I can tell you what it's not. It's not just blind luck. It's not about finding some mythical perfect match. The real secret lies in the small, quiet, almost invisible things they do every single day. The things most of us tend to overlook in the chaos of life. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain and uncover the real, raw secrets of truly happy couples. We'll explore the habits, the mindsets, and the daily choices that keep that spark alive long after the honeymoon glow has faded. These aren't grand, dramatic gestures. They're the little differences that transform an ordinary relationship into an extraordinary, lifelong partnership. So, if you've ever wanted to know how to build a love that truly lasts, stick around. We're getting right into it. Let us start with the most fundamental truth. Love, isn't just a feeling that happens to you. It's a conscious choice you make, over and over again, especially on the hard days. Happy couples don't wake up every single morning feeling head over heels in love. Some days, they wake up tired, stressed, or even a little annoyed. But here's the difference. They wake up and decide to keep showing up for each other. They choose their partner through stress, through change, and through all the imperfections that make us human. They don't wait for the perfect mood to say, "I love you." They create that loving feeling through small, intentional acts. It's making that first cup of coffee for their partner, just the way they like it. It's sending a quick text in the middle of a busy day that just says, "Thinking of you." It's a warm, reassuring touch before turning out the lights at night. These small actions are the daily deposits you make into your relationship's emotional bank account. I know a couple. Let's call them Anna and David. After 20 years of marriage, they both openly admit that they've fallen out of love with each other more than once. Life got in the way, routines became ruts, and the connection frayed. But each time it happened, they didn't panic or give up. They sat down, they talked honestly, they reset their expectations, and they chose each other all over again. That conscious choice, that commitment to rebooting their connection, became their superpower. It wasn't about finding the feeling again. It was about rebuilding it, intentionally. Now for secret number 2, and it's a big one. Most couples argue to be right. Happy couples communicate to be understood. There's a world of difference between those two things. When an argument starts, the natural instinct is to defend your position, to prove your point, to win. But in a relationship, if one person wins the argument, the relationship often loses. Happy couples have learned to fight differently. They listen, truly listen, without planning their next comeback. They don't use words as weapons to wound each other. And when things get heated, they've developed the wisdom to pause, to take a breath and ask a different kind of question, like, "What are you really feeling right now?" Or "Help me understand what's underneath this for you." Because for them, communication isn't about gaining control, it's about re-establishing connection. The goal isn't to be right, the goal is to be a team again. Secret number 3 is all about finding joy in the ordinary. So often, we pin our hopes for happiness on the big milestones, the wedding, the fancy vacations, the promotions, the anniversaries. And while those moments are wonderful, they are few and far between. Happy couples know that true, sustainable joy isn't found there. It's woven into the fabric of everyday life. It's in the simple, mundane moments, a shared, uncontrollable laugh over a silly movie, the quiet teamwork of cooking a meal together, a slow hand-in-hand walk after dinner, with no destination in mind. They have trained themselves to notice and, more importantly, to appreciate each other's small efforts. They say the words that often go unsaid. "Thanks for doing the dishes. I really appreciate it. I'm so proud of how you handled that situation at work today. You're a great parent." These little acknowledgments might seem trivial, but they are the building blocks of emotional wealth, the kind of wealth that lasts for decades and makes both partners feel seen, valued, and loved. This next secret might sound counterintuitive. True intimacy requires space. Being a close couple doesn't mean being attached at the hip 24/7. In fact, the happiest couples actively encourage each other to have a life outside the relationship. They give each other space to grow as individuals, to dive deep into a personal passion, to spend quality time with their own friends, or to simply have an afternoon alone to recharge. Why is this so important? Because real, mature love isn't about possession or control. It's about freedom with a foundation of trust. When you suffocate your partner, you're not protecting the relationship. You're stunting their growth and, ultimately, your own. But when both people are encouraged to explore their own identities and bring that energy, that fulfillment, back into the relationship, the partnership as a whole grows stronger, more vibrant, and more interesting. You have more to talk about, more to share, and more respect for the complete person you're with. Let's talk about forgiveness. No relationship, no matter how loving, can survive without it. It's impossible to spend years with someone and not have them hurt you or disappoint you, and vice versa. The difference with happy couples is how they handle these moments. They don't hold grudges like trophies of pain, constantly reminding their partner of past mistakes. They don't keep score. Instead, they face the issue. They talk it out. They apologize sincerely. And then this is the crucial part, they let it go. They understand a profound truth. Forgiveness isn't about saying what you did was okay. It's about saying, I am choosing peace for myself and for this relationship over my need to be right or to hold on to this pain. Forgiveness isn't about forgetting. It's about releasing the burden. Every single time they forgive, they are actively rebuilding trust, one brick at a time. It's an act of strength, not weakness. Here's a secret that's often forgotten as the years go by. Before they were lovers, they were friends. And happy couples never, ever lose that friendship. They are each other's biggest cheerleaders and softest place to land. They still joke around, they tease each other playfully, and they dream together about the future. Their conversations aren't just limited to the logistics of life, the chores, the bills, the kids' schedules. They talk about everything and nothing. They ask about each other's hopes, fears, and silly thoughts. And critically, they still date each other. Even after years of being together, they make time for just the two of them, to reconnect, not as co-managers of a household, but as two people who genuinely enjoy each other's company. Because friendship is the rich, fertile soil where romantic love can continue to grow, year after year. And the final secret, the one that ties it all together, is that happy couples are radically honest with each other, even when it's uncomfortable. This isn't about being brutally honest to the point of cruelty. It's about creating a space so safe that both partners can be completely vulnerable without fear of judgment or rejection. They can admit their insecurities, confess their fears, and talk about their deepest needs. They can say things like, I'm feeling a little disconnected from you lately, or I'm worried about money, and know that their partner will respond with empathy, not criticism. This level of honesty is terrifying for many, but it is the ultimate foundation of trust. It means you are loved, not for the perfect version of yourself you present to the world, but for the real, messy, beautifully imperfect person you truly are. That is the ultimate security in a relationship. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? What do happy couples really do differently? They don't just wait for love to feel easy. They make it easier through intention, through communication, and through 1,000 small, loving acts. They choose love when it's messy. They choose it when it's hard. And they choose it when it's beautifully, imperfectly real. If you've ever doubted whether that kind of deep, lasting love still exists in this world, I promise you, it does. It's not magic. It's not a fantasy. It's something you build, with your own two hands, one day at a time. If this message touched your heart today, please consider sharing it with someone you love, or with a friend who still believes in the power of forever. Because a love that lasts isn't something you find. It's something you create, through daily work done with incredible care. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed this video and want more insights on building stronger relationships, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next one. Until next time, take care and love well.